What will happen the day your hands no longer have the strength to climb the tree? Do you really believe there will be bananas waiting for you in the cave just because you worked hard today? Most people are digging their own financial grave without even knowing it. They are trusting a system that is crumbling while they sleep. Today, you're going to discover the lie that will make you go hungry in your old age, and most importantly, the exact trick to secure your food before it's too late. Look at this monkey. Let's call him Coco. Coco is just like you. He wakes up early, climbs the tallest trees, dodges predators, and gathers bananas with brutal effort. Coco is cautious. Every afternoon, he hides a couple of bananas in the back of his cave. He thinks, when I'm an old monkey and my bones creak, I won't have to climb. I'll come here and eat in peace. But Coco doesn't know that there are 3 invisible thieves entering his cave every night. And what's worse, Coco believes that the great protector gorilla of the forest has promised him that there will always be fruit for him. Does this sound familiar? The great gorilla is the state, and Coco's bananas are your retirement. If you think this is just a boring video about finance, get ready, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why most of the bananas you're saving today will be gone by the time you turn 65. And if you stay until the end, I'll reveal the only legal way to clone your bananas so you never ever go hungry. Let's start with the first thief, inflation. Imagine Coco saves a banana today. It's perfect, yellow, sweet, but in this magical forest called the economy, saved bananas shrink on their own. A year goes by and the banana is 5% smaller. 10 years go by and what used to be a full meal is now just a bite. This is what happens to your money in the bank. If you save $1,000 today, in 30 years, those same bills will buy maybe half of what they buy today. Coco the monkey enters his cave at age 70, looks for his pile of fruit, and finds nothing but dry, tiny peels. He has worked his whole life for nothing. How do you keep your bananas from shrinking? That's the first big secret we're going to break down. But first, we have to talk about the second thief, one that's much more dangerous because it's not invisible, it's demographic. Let's talk about the pyramid that turns into a rectangle. The pension system works on a promise. The young monkeys climbing today pay for the old monkeys who can no longer climb. It's a pact of honor. When Coco was young, there were 10 strong monkeys climbing for every retired monkey. There were plenty of bananas. The system worked because the base was wide. But look at what's happening now. Young monkeys don't want to have so many little monkeys anymore. The base of the pyramid is narrowing. Soon, there will be only one monkey climbing to feed one old monkey. Do you think that young monkey is going to want to give up half of his harvest? Do you think he'll even be able to do it without starving himself? This is where the tension rises. Governments know this. The great protector gorilla knows there aren't enough bananas for everyone. And what does he do? He changes the rules of the game in the middle of the match. First, they tell you that you have to climb until later. You no longer retire at 60, now it's 67. Soon it will be 70. Second, they tell you that the banana they give you will be smaller. Third, they force you to hand over more bananas from your daily harvest while you're young. It's a trap. And if you're watching this and you're under 45, I have news that's going to hurt. The public pension, as you know it, will be a myth for you. It will be at most a pittance to keep you from dying, not a reward for living. So what does Coco do? Coco gets scared, and when a monkey's afraid, he makes mistakes. The most common mistake is the hiding effect. Coco starts hiding bananas under the rocks in his cave. He doesn't give them to the great gorilla, he keeps them himself. But remember the first thief, inflation. Keeping money under the mattress or in a traditional savings account is like trying to fill a bucket with holes. You are losing purchasing power every second that passes. What's the alternative? This is where the psychology of retention applied to your life comes in. You have to stop being a gatherer and start being a sower. Listen closely because this is the turning point of the video. The rich don't save bananas. The rich sow seeds. If Coco, instead of saving the banana, buries the seed in fertile soil, in a few years he won't have a shrunken banana, he'll have a tree that produces 50 bananas every season without him having to lift a finger. That's compound interest. Einstein called it the 8th wonder of the world, and it's the only way a normal monkey, like you or Coco, can win the retirement game. But wait, because there's a problem. Planting a tree isn't free. It requires patience, and most monkeys are impatient. They want the sweetness now. They prefer today's banana over tomorrow's forest. How can you beat that primal instinct? Here is the 3 trees strategy. Tree 1, the survival tree. This is your emergency fund. Bananas you can eat today if a storm breaks your branch. Never invest what you need to eat tomorrow. Tree 2, the growth tree. This is where you put the seeds you won't touch for 20 years. This is the tree that will become a giant. Tree 3, the legacy tree. What will left when you're gone? But I know what you're thinking. I don't have enough bananas to start sowing. I barely make it to the end of the month. That's the brain's favorite excuse for not acting. But let me tell you something that will blow your mind. You don't need a truckload of bananas to start sowing. You need a seed, just one. If you start investing a small amount, say 10% of what you gather, but you do it consistently, time will do the heavy lifting for you. If Coco starts sowing at age 20, by age 60, he'll have a jungle. If he starts at age 50, he'll only have a few bushes. Does this mean if you're 50, you're already lost? No, it means you have to be more aggressive and choose fast-growing seeds. But the worst mistake, the mistake that guarantees you'll go hungry, is not sowing anything today because it's not enough. Now let's talk about the safe cave. Many banks offer you pension plans. They say, Coco, give us your bananas, we'll look after them in our special cave and give you tax benefits. Sounds good, right? But be careful. Many of those caves charge abusive commissions. They eat a part of your tree every year. Sometimes the commission is larger than the growth of the tree itself. Imagine your tree grows 5 new bananas, but the bank keeps 3 just for watching it. At the end of the day, the bank gets rich off your effort while you're still worried about your old age. So what's the solution? Low-cost caves, index funds. It's like planting your seeds in a field that looks after itself with automatic tools and almost no costs. It's how the smartest monkeys in the forest are securing their future today. Now I want you to imagine the future. There are 2 possible endings to this story. Ending A. Coco the monkey gets old. He can't climb. He goes to his cave and there's nothing but dust. The great gorilla tells him there's no more fruit, that he's very sorry, that the rules changed. Coco has to ask his children for food or suffer in the cold. It's a sad ending, but it's the ending for 80% of the population. Ending B. Coco the monkey gets old. His hands tremble, but it doesn't matter. He steps out of his cave and he's surrounded by trees loaded with fruit. He doesn't have to climb. The bananas fall by their own weight. Coco is free. He has time to rest, to play with his grandchildren, to enjoy the sun. Which of the 2 monkeys do you want to be? The difference between ending A and ending B isn't luck. It's not who had the best job or who was born in the tallest tree. The difference is who had the discipline to sow when everyone else was just eating. Before we finish, I promised you a trick to clone your bananas. Here it is. It's called dividend reinvesting. When your tree bears its first fruits, don't eat them. Take those new bananas and sow the seeds again. Create an infinite circle. At first, it seems like nothing is changing, but you'll reach a point, the tipping point, where the forest grows faster than you could ever gather. Retirement isn't an age. Retirement is a number of bananas. If you manage to get your trees to produce as much as you consume per month, congratulations, you are free. You no longer have to work to eat, you work because you want to, or you simply spend your time enjoying the forest. Don't let fear paralyze you. Fear is a sign that this is important. The pension system is a sinking ship, but you have plenty of wood to build your own raft. The question isn't if the state will give you bananas. The question is, are you going to start sowing your tree today, or are you going to wait until your hands can no longer climb? Time is ticking, and the forest waits for no one. Don't close this video without making a decision, because not deciding is deciding that ending A will be your destiny. See you at the next tree.